and I'm ready to talk like a normal human being about this movie. But actually, we just reviewed our video and realized that it cut off at the supernatural part, and we scattered on after that for a long time.
Let's try to recreate that conversation.
Yeah.
Now.
So this is gonna sound rehearsed. No, I'm just kidding. Actually, it's not gonna go well at all. So it probably won't sound rehearsed. But I think it was like kind of cutting out, and I was talking about the girl, and I didn't know it was like her. Which girl was his ex-wife or whatever. I was like confused.
Oh yeah, that was the blonde girl.
And then
you were talking about,
and the other one was like a supplier, like she knew stuff.
Yeah, but
like,
she kind of looked at him at that first scene like she was like,
yeah, like they had something going
like
on,
some
or,
tension between them or something.
But yeah,
like
so
seeing each other naked.
Yeah. But like, I guess actually even talking about the women here in this case, it was completely against the even subject that I was even talking about, which was the supernatural aspect.
Because it has zero to do with
no, because it was in that scene. I remember actually what I was saying was in that scene with the girl telling him he was cold.
Oh yeah.
And we talked about like how he like looked like Merv, and you were saying like it looked like a comic book scene, almost like a
well, it seemed like with his bald head that he almost looked like Kingpin to me, but like sitting at that table, and bald head, and the shadow on his face. So definitely. It was good. I mean,
it was very good choreography. I mean, cinematography there, and but I mean, we would expect that from a Guy Ritchie film. So,
well, one thing that they always have talked about Guy Ritchie and like criticized him about is that all his movies were kind of the same.
Oh yeah.
And so this one actually did have that different feel to it. I know we talked about that already, but
well, I don't know. That might have been on the video or not.
Yeah, I think it was.
Oh, okay. But anyway, about the supernatural aspect, like I just got the feeling. I think I had already said it was the darker spirit, right? Like that was the name of that chapter or whatever. And but as he's sitting there and she says, you're cold, you're cold or whatever. And he didn't say anything, but I could see on that scene like just like a little subtitle saying, like without him saying anything verbally, and it just says, "I am wrath," because I felt wrath in that moment. I felt like there was a wrath going on, and he couldn't speak.
Oh yeah, because
he was possessed by a spirit of wrath or something like that. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, he was like completely immersed in like revenge by that time too. But
and then you talked about that scene that I couldn't remember.
When I thought about that scene was that he was allowing her to like blame him, and he was just taking it all in. It was like fuel.
Well, he probably felt. Yeah. Well, we can't really talk about what he's feeling or about what he's feeling, but because that's kind of like revealed later, right? Sort of.
Yeah, not really.
But I mean, it revolves around what you already know from the preview. Anyway.
A lot of what you see a lot in the preview.
Yeah, I guess so.
Kind of build the story. So
yeah.
Like you see him running like, my son!
Oh yeah.
I like Statham. He's awesome.
Yeah, he really is. Like he makes way too many movies, but I mean, I guess he does, but I guess they're all good. I just don't. I haven't seen them all. Like there's so many.
All good. But he's got some good ones. Yeah. But anything he does with Guy Ritchie, I liked him in Revolver, and of course,
he's always
Snatch and Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels, and he's always good in those movies for sure.
Oh yeah,
because it's well written and well choreographed and stuff.
Yeah,
there was no slow motion scenes like the slow where they hit it.
That's right. It's crazy.
Like Sherlock Holmes and all those other ones. He has those like real slow where it's like precision, like thinking about what he's gonna do next. And the cameras are jolting back and forth.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I don't really remember a scene like that.
No,
but I thought it was really cool, and I thought like the way that he wrote it with the way that they planned the heists.
Yeah,
it kind of showed that aspect.
Yeah, that was cool.
And so you kind of see, and it was very technical, and like, they were using the cars to map out.
Yeah, it reminded me of when we used to play with the toy cars.
Yeah.
Like, and then this happens, but that's basically Fast and Furious.
Yeah,
like everything that we did with those toy cars is what they do in Fast and Furious. Movies.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, dude! Can't wait to review Fast and Furious. That's gonna be just ridiculous. Probably be entertaining, but just from the previews, I'm like, totally rip out the whole like.
Yeah, these are now superhero movies.
Yeah, they're just superhero movies, really.
Yes. Definitely.
Over the top. And this one was
It'll
really
be enjoyable
to
watch
too.
though.
At first I thought like Like it was going to take on a lot of robberies, and robberies do happen, but I don't think they're that.
Yeah, there seemed to be a lot of groups that were doing it, right? Yeah. Or I mean, really.
Well, that's what I was afraid. I was kind of afraid that it was going to be like that, where like a bunch of gangs were hitting cars, and I was thinking like, that's not really believable. But it didn't end up being that way.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it was like he was focused on like, I mean, there were other groups, but like it wasn't as much as I thought there was going to be. Because that was more at the beginning. You kind of get all that at the beginning, then it goes back into the the meat of the story and like.
Yeah, and I remember when we were talking about the supernatural thing, and then the video cut out, which hopefully we're not just. Hey, actually, if you're watching, chat to us so that we know you're there, because we don't know whether we're videotaping ourselves or not right now. But we were talking about the supernatural thing, and you were trying to remind me of that scene, and I wasn't getting it. That was cut out of the video too. Like, we didn't get to see me being confused.
You kind of get that idea of, in one scene during a robbery, something that he does.
Yeah.
That
you can't talk about. Reaction. You have to see on the screen. You know, like
you don't want to give it away. That's kind of
there's something really that happens that makes it seem like there is something supernatural almost, or
well, like he's more than what's just some dude.
Yeah,
like
but it's all still grounded in reality. And,
there's a recognition of like, oh, maybe we should make better life choices.
Yeah. So that's a good one. I mean, so we can't talk about that. So you go see it on the big screen and
what are the great things to talk about that everybody missed?
And then let us know if you know the scene we're talking about, right?
Well, they'll know it once they see it.
Yeah, but then they got to tell us that they know what we were talking about, so that we know we described it well without describing it at all, right? That's pretty much what we did there. Yeah.
Really,
I mean, if you get it, if you see
beat around the bush on that one.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did. So definitely see Wrath of Man, and definitely catch us again next Tuesday. In fact, I am going to say here, you should subscribe to this channel and also subscribe to. I think I download these to the Scatterbreaker, the Man from 1976 YouTube. And you have to subscribe because I don't do well with keywords, or I'm not putting them in right away. So in order to catch the show, you got to subscribe to know that it's happening. You wouldn't be able to find it if you're looking for that subject or whatever, right? So does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So a lot of stuff on YouTube.
I mean, I'm still going to go put the keywords into that, but I haven't yet, and I don't know whether I will.
But I kind of want to take a nap first, so I'm probably going to do that and watch a movie.
Yeah, I mean, I'm easily distracted, and that's why we're ScatterBrothers. You know, we are just easily distracted, and that's the problem with our entire lives, basically. And now let's get serious here. Let's talk real personal. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, you know what? Actually, there was one thing I wanted to say about Wrath of Man, too.
Yeah.
It was so weird because his name was H in it, right? And it's so weird because I had been going by my regular name on Lyft, and then the other day I was just like, I don't want to have to hear it mispronounced all the time.
Yeah.
So I said, can you change my name to H. Thomas? Because I thought that would show up when people would see me driving or whatever.
Yeah.
And they would be like, hey, Thomas. But they always just call me H. It's weird. So it was like really weird that his name was H.
Yeah.
And then I'm being called
like
H all the time.
You and Jason Statham were the same person.
It is. Actually, it is.
Yeah.
It is. No, I'm just kidding. Actually, it's more like, wow, I'm a much worse H.
If they're ever ranking H's.
There's something wrong with this H.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but anyway, I thought that was weird.
But yeah, it was a good butt-kicking movie, good violence, good loud sounds, good aerial shots. I love that scene when what happens with him and his son.
Oh yeah.
And then that it just lifts up.
I know,
like
that
it's
was
going
awesome.
like up into the sky, like almost like his soul like leaving him, and like then it's like
that was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about the aerial scenes.
Well, the aerial scenes were kind of important too, because what it showed you was this is just one person or like a group of people, and then you see this big city of LA.
Oh yeah.
And you think like there's 1,000 stories out there, and this is just one like criminal like story.
Yeah.
That's happening. So.
Oh yeah.
Pretty cool. Oh
yeah, yeah. I got your hand movements. I missed. That's actually one thing I did get on the drive, and I was like so looking forward to it when we were reviewing it, and then the video just cut off.
Dude, I'm telling you, you got to put some animation on these things. You could put like wings on my hands for that one.
Yeah. I don't need to, man. I don't need to. Look. Do that again.
No.
Do it again.
This.
Yeah. See, like I don't need to put wings on that. That's already like.
And then they fly away, and there's beautiful flowers and gardens and water.
Okay. Yeah. Hey, let me just ask you a question real quick.
You want to ask that question while there's...
Yeah, because this is an interview now.
Oh, okay.
Did we see a Seventh Son in 3D? Do you remember that? I mean, I guess that was back in 2004.
Seventh Son with Nicolas Cage?
No. Actually, the guy that's Russo in Punisher is the kid in it. Well, like not a kid, but like a young man.
Is it Nicolas Cage in it?
No, it's the dude. What's his name? The dude.
Oh, yeah.
The brothers.
Jeff Bridges.
Bridges, yeah. Jeff Bridges.
It's hard to think on the spot.
Yeah. Well, dude. It's hard to think.
It's the dude. Everybody knows the dude. You just have to say it's the dude.
Yeah,
that's right. It was. Yeah, I think we did see it in 3D.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Because they were watching it in here on Netflix, and I was like, this was good in 3D, but I couldn't actually remember whether I'd seen it in 3D.
Well, everything that we've seen in 3D is good, but I don't remember the 3D.
Yeah, but having seen so many 3D movies also, I think, I hope we get back to that.
King Kong was in 3D, so maybe they'll Black Widow and some of the bigger ones.
We might need to petition for it, but would you
have to go
would you
and
be up
see
for
3D.
petitioning for that? Everywhere.
People have to go and see 3D movies in order for them to.
Yeah, survive. Because that's what I was thinking. Like, I've seen so many 3D movies that like now then watching Seventh Son on the little screen, I'm like thinking I can imagine that in 3D because I've seen so many 3D movies that I can just imagine it, and so you should go see a lot of 3D movies if you can, and if you like them, like I can't understand not liking them, but it seems like
if you go to a theater, you want everything. Like the AVX that we saw tonight, the sound was amazing, and like that's why you said you felt the bullets and stuff. Yeah, and you do. You hear everything, or the popping and the pop, pop, pop. Yeah, it sounds like you're there in the scene, which makes it kind of. That's when you forget about your M&Ms.
Oh yeah,
like, what's going on here? Yeah, but in 3D, it's just another aspect. Especially like those superhero movies, like Doctor Strange in 3D or Dread in 3D. Yeah, like I made sure and saw Dread in 3D when it was over here when I first came out because it was doing like terrible with the box office.
Oh yeah,
and at the I'm like,
I got your hand movements,
and
I think most of them.
And it was like the best. Like I was like, man, I'm so glad.